Hi everyone, my name is Lara and today I want to share my journey of learning English with you. Learning English has been incredibly important for me because it opens up so many opportunities in education, career, and connecting with people from around the world. Therefore, when I first decided to learn English, I knew it would be a challenge, but I also knew the benefits would be worth it. Being proficient in English can be enhance your educational prospects, open doors to better job opportunities, and allow you to communicate with vast number of people globally. It is the language of international business, science, technology, and entertainment. For me, learning English was not just about understanding a new language, but also about embracing a new way of thinking and connecting with the world. Throughout my journey, I faced numerous obstacles from struggling with pronunciation to grappling with complex grammar rules. However, each challenge taught me something new and pushed me to develop effective strategies to improve my skills. I want to share these strategies with you today as well the tips and techniques that help me stay motivated and make consistent progress. I hope my story can inspire and assist others who are on their own English learning journey. Remember, learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint, and every step you take brings you closer to your goal. So let's dive into my experience and the lessons I learned along with episode 1, beginning the journey. When I first started learning English, it felt like trying to climb a mountain. The grammar rules were confusing and the vocabulary seemed endless. My initial attempts were met with frustration and doubt. However, I knew that to succeed, I had to immerse myself in the language as much as possible. My first step was to bring English into my daily life. I began with simple yet effective techniques. I labeled items in my house with English names, for example, refrigerator on my fridge, mirror on my mirror, and so on. This constant visual reminder helped me associate English words with everyday objects, making vocabulary learning more practical and less abstract. Listening to English songs became another key part of my immersion strategy. At first, I chose songs with clear lyrics and repetitive phrases, which made it easier to catch and understand the words. I listened to these songs multiple times, trying to sing along. This practice not only improved my vocabulary but also helped with pronunciation and the rhythm of the language. Over time, I began to understand more complex lyrics and could appreciate the nuance of the songs. To build a solid foundation, I enrolled in an English language course. The structure environment provided by the course helped me grasp the basics. My instructor focused on essential grammar rules and fundamental vocabulary, which were initially challenging but crucial for my progress. We practiced speaking, listening, reading, and writing, ensuring that all the aspects of the language learning were covered. The classroom setting also gave me the opportunity to interact with other learners, share experiences, and motivate each other. One of the early challenges I faced was understanding and using English grammar. English grammar rules can be quite different from those in my native language, and this often led to confusion. To tackle this, I used grammar workbooks and online resources that provided clear explanations and plenty of practice exercises. I dedicated a specific time each day to study grammar, focusing on one rule at a time. Breaking down the learning process into manageable parts made it less overwhelming. As I progressed in my English learning journey, I discovered several strategies that significantly accelerated my improvement. These methods not only made learning more effective but also more enjoyable, helping me to stay motivated along the way. One of the most effective methods was reading English books that matched my level. I began with children books because they used simple language and often included illustrations that made it easier to understand the context. Titles like The Very Hungry Caterpillar and Where the Wild Things Are were among my first reads. These books were engaging and provided a solid foundation in basic vocabulary and sentence structure. As I gained more confidence, I gradually moved to young adult novels such as Harry Potter and The Hunger Games. These books were more complex but still accessible, with plots that kept me interested. Reading these novels helped me expand my vocabulary and exposed me to more sophisticated sentence structures and storytelling techniques. I made it a point to underline new words and phrases and later looked up their meanings. I also wrote summaries of the chapters to practice my writing skills and ensure I understood the plot. Watching English movies with subtitles was another crucial strategy. Initially, I watched movies with subtitles in my native language to grasp the story. Once I felt more comfortable, switched to the English subtitles. This practice helped me watch spoken words with their written forms, improving both my listening and reading skills. Films like Toy Story and Finding Nemo was great starters because they were entertaining and used clear, simple language. As my skills improved, I watched more complex films and TV shows like Friends and The Office, which helped me understand conversational English and idiomatic expressions. Listening to English songs also played a significant role in my learning process. I started with songs that had clear lyrics and repetitive chords, such as those by the Beatles and Taylor Swift. I would listen to the songs multiple times, trying to sing along. This not only improved my pronunciation but also helped me remember new words and the phrases. I found that music made learning feel less like a chore and more like an enjoyable activity. Engaging in conversations was crucial for improving my speaking skills. I made it a habit to practice speaking with friends who were fluent in English. At first, I was hesitant and afraid of making mistakes, but I soon realized that speaking regularly was the best way to build confidence and that of the fluency. We would have casual conversations about daily life, hobbies, and current events. These interactions helped me get comfortable with the rhythm and flow of the language. I also joined English conversation clubs and language exchange programs. These provided a supportive environment where I could practice speaking with both native speakers and other learners. In the clubs, we often played language games, discussed books or movies, and shared cultural experiences. These activities were not only fun but also highly educational as they allowed me to use English in a variety of contexts. Of course, there were times when I felt stuck and frustrated. Learning a new language is rarely a smooth path, and English, with its numerous exceptions and irregularities, presented many challenges. Some grammar concepts, such as the use of tenses or prepositions, were particularly tough to grasp. I often made mistakes, which initially felt discouraging. However, I soon realized that mistakes were not failures but invaluable learning opportunities. One of the biggest hurdles was mastering English grammar. Unlike the strategist forward grammar of my native language, English seemed to have countless rules and exceptions. For instance, understanding when to use the past perfect tense versus the simple past was confusing. To tackle this, I dedicated extra time to studying grammar through various resources. I used grammar books, online tutorials, and educational videos that provided clear explanations and that of their examples. Practicing exercises regularly helped reinforce these concepts, but the key was repetition and persistence. Despite my efforts, I would often find myself making the same mistakes. This was frustrating, but I learned to approach these errors with curiosity and instead of frustration. Each mistake highlighted an area that needed more attention. I began to keep detailed journal where I wrote a few sentences in English every day. This practice allowed me to track my progress and see patterns in my error. For example, I noticed that I frequently mixed up its and it is or used incorrect preposition. By identifying these recurring mistakes, I could focus on correcting them. Joining online forums and language exchange programs was another strategy that significantly helped me overcome obstacles. Platforms like Reddit, language learning forums, and dedicated websites like italki and Conversation Exchange connected me with native speakers and fellow learners. These interactions provided real time practice and immediate feedback, which was crucial for the improvement. Speaking with native speakers exposed me to natural language use, idiomatic expressions, and colloquial speech that textbooks often overlook. Participating in language exchange program was both challenging and rewarding. Initially, I felt nervous and self conscious about speaking English, fearing judgment for my mistakes. However, I quickly realized that these fears were unfounded. Most native speakers were patient and supportive, appreciating my efforts to learn their language. They offered constructive feedback and corrections, which helped me refine my speaking skills. In return, I helped them with my native language, creating a mutually beneficial learning experience. One particularly effective method for overcoming obstacles was using spaced repetition system (SRS) for vocabulary building. I used apps like Anki to create digital flashcards with new words and phrases. The SRS algorithm scheduled reviews of these cards at optimal intervals, ensuring that I revisited information just before I was likely to forget. This method significantly improved my retention of new words. I also made physical flashcards and sticky notes, placing them around my living space to keep new words in sight and in mind. Making progress in learning English. My journey in learning English through challenging and being marked by steady progress. Each small victory affirmed that my hard work was paying off, transferring setbacks into stepping stones. A pivotal moment was understanding a full English conversation without mental translation. During casual coffee chat, I realized I was engaging naturally, a significant confidence boost. This fluency felt like a barrier had dissolved, allowing for more fluid participation. Writing, initially daunting, became more natural. Daily journaling and online forums honored my skills. Sentences for flowed and self-doubt diminished. Receiving positive feedback on my first English essay validated my effort and critical engagement with the language. Thinking in English once challenging became effortless. Simple through and international dialogue shifted, enhancing conversational speed and naturalness. Listening skills improved remarkably. Initial native speakers' speed and slang were difficult. Consistent exposure to English media initially with subtitles gradually allowed me to comprehend without them. Watching a full movie without subtitles was a significant achievement. Reading complex textbooks, starting with simpler books and progressing to academic articles, expanded my vocabulary. Completing my first English novel without constant dictionary use was incredibly satisfying, opening new literary worlds. Speaking became more comfortable through conversation clubs and language exchange programs. Initial nervousness gave way to fluency. A memorable hour-long conversation with native speakers demonstrated my progress. Understanding and using idiomatic expressions and colloquialism was another milestone. Incorporating these into my speech after observing native speakers brought a sense of accomplishment. Online community engagement through forums and social media provided real time practice and diverse writing exposure. Feedback from peers and native speakers refined my skills. Comprehending English media like news and documentaries without subtitles indicated advanced listening and comprehension. Staying more informed through English sources broadened my perspective. Integrating English into my hobbies, such as following English recipes and reading science fiction, made learning enjoyable and relevant. Those activities maintained my motivation and passion. Reflecting on my journey, progress wasn't just about milestones but continuous effort. Each step, however small, contributed to overall improvement. Celebrating these achievements fueled my motivation and reinforced belief that perseverance leads to fluency. My journey continues with the commitment to pushing boundaries and embracing new challenges. Each milestone and obstacle strengthens my resolve and passion for mastering